There we go.
Good job. I was like, okay, everybody hang up and Guapo call. Guapo.
Guapo did it. He tried.
All right. Sound levels. Spaz.
Hello.
Guapo.
Hello.
Hola, mis amigos, señor Guapo here. Uno, dos, tres.
All right. That's how it's going to be.
All right, and you're just going to tell me when we're going.
This
is going to be a whole lot of, fun. What?
I'm recording right now.
Oh, fantastic. I'll cut this off later. I'm just going to start then. What's going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz, Phoenix, the YWC Reality Chat. You guys know the drill. You don't see my pretty face, so you know I'm not alone. Two people who actually put a show out along with Suave from the Wrestle Recap crew. Kristen, Guapo, say what's up, guys.
It only took us a year.
Hola, mis amigos, señor Guapo here again for another wonderful tackle. This time we're going to be tackling SummerSlam.
No, we're not.
No.
Oh.
Okay, but here's the deal. After two 12-hour work days in a row, I got to stick in the one really, really bad joke. We didn't get off at Fastlane because we hit a roadblock.
Boo.
I feel like you support Roman Reigns.
Oh, that was uncalled for.
No, I don't support Roman Reigns, but I don't support bad jokes either.
Sorry.
What was it last year? Hashtag Spaz Watch Bound for Glory.
Yes.
Okay, so Roadblock is a thing this Saturday.
Thank God.
That I'm going to, which is interesting.
Does anybody else just think that this pay-per-view is happening because Roman Reigns had to go get surgery on his nose, and so they couldn't build up WrestleMania?
They have to throw at least one swerve at us, and I'm gonna get to that. I want to ask you guys a specific question later on. Right now, if I'm looking at shit on WWE.com, and when has that ever lied to me? There's only 4 matches announced, but 3 of them are title matches. So that's something.
Yeah.
For a thrown together show.
And one was the NXT title match.
Well, this is true too. There's a couple of things on here that I think a lot of people wanted to see at WrestleMania. A lot of coming out of Rumble and coming out of Fastlane, they're like, oh, they're definitely going to do this. Oh, wait a minute, why are they going over there and doing that? Oh, because they're doing it at Roadblock instead.
But there's one thing on this card that I'm just like, why? Just why?
Yeah.
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, there's a couple things that I want to say why to, but it is being advertised, and I'm looking at my ticket information from Ticketmaster. There's only 4 matches announced, but it is advertised as a 3-hour live event. So we're going to get stuff we're not expecting.
Okay.
So there's three possible ongoing stories in the WWE that I think they could sort of either build or blow off at the thing. One of them is Jericho turning on AJ. One of them is Usos Dudleys, which is, I don't think, ever going to die. And one involves a re-debut that happened on Monday Night Raw of a certain Sami Zayn. So which one of these stories would we like to see at least have something happen to it at Roadblock?
Zayn Owens.
Yeah, because I don't know that they would do Zayn Owens at WrestleMania, just because...
Not yet. That's a WrestleMania 33 type thing.
Yeah, so I don't... I would rather see it at Mania just because it's going to be a great match. They've worked with each other for years. There's no way it can't be a good match. But
they were meant to do it forever.
So I do think they'll do something with Zayn and Owens at Roadblock. Although Owens is still looking for an opponent for the IC title for WrestleMania. They're doing that hashtag KO Mania. So you never know. It might be the pre-show for WrestleMania or the opening match or, something like that.
I think it was a little on the nose that you have him cutting a promo about not having an opponent about 10 minutes before Sami Zayn returned.
So
The only reason I think this might happen one-on-one at Roadblock is because the rumors, the dirt sheets that never lie to us, say we're getting a multi-person match like we had last year for the IC title.
that would suck.
Not necessarily a ladder match, but
It'd
something
still be awful. Enough with the Well, I understand why WWE does that. They try and make it to where everybody is involved in WrestleMania in some fashion, so that they can't go do other stuff. Because there's a lot of wrestling stuff happening WrestleMania weekend, and
if it's a multi-person match, that's where they're gonna stick Ziggler, because they haven't known what to do with Ziggler in years. But if he's in the mix, he makes it look like a good match.
I would much rather see Zayn Owens than a multi-person match at Mania.
I will say something. I'm pretty sure you guys don't care about SmackDown spoilers. One of the matches on SmackDown was Sami Zayn and Neville versus Kevin Owens and The Miz. So you take those 4, throw in Ziggler and somebody else, there's your 6-man match for Mania.
I'd still rather see... I'm just not a huge fan of anything over 3 people matches, because then it's just... With the exception of the Royal Rumble.
Obviously.
That's
and Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and it's just... Because it's just chaos after that, and you're not really watching what's going on, you're just waiting to see who wins. As opposed to watching the match.
Right.
Okay. So presuming... Okay, I think we can, all 3 of us can agree we'd rather see Zayn Owens at Mania.
I do think they're going to have it at Roadblock, though.
Yeah. Okay, assuming that they're going to do some sort of multi-person thing at WrestleMania, do we want to see Zayn Owens at Roadblock, or do we want to have them wait till after Mania?
I don't know.
I think that's the kind of thing you could do at Extreme Rules. Because I know I don't watch ROH, but I know these 2 are famous for their ladder matches.
I'd be all right.
If we get ladder war 4s for this, I'll be really happy.
I'd be all right with that, but I think I understand why they wouldn't have them at WrestleMania, just because they are still so new, especially to the Raw roster. I think it'd be a WrestleMania caliber match. I think they're silly. It'd be silly to not have them at WrestleMania.
Fair enough. Yeah, again, I can't argue with that at all. Jericho,
AJ will happen at Roadblock, because AJ has debuted way too soon for them to have a match at WrestleMania.
Fandango.
Yeah, and see what's happened to Fandango now.
What's a Fandango?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm just saying, there's nothing to say that they wouldn't do it. And, I mean, WWE, as much as they like to pretend that, other places don't exist, there's certain people they brought on as of recently where they kind of can't do that.
Well, maybe you're right. I mean, also AJ Styles, Jericho would be a WrestleMania caliber match. Problem is, we've seen it before because of how this feud storyline has been going. Is they started off as opponents.
Okay, if they do Jericho AJ at WrestleMania, we'll be talking about it again in a couple of weeks. But does it feel like WWE literally was like, okay, we want to do Jericho Styles at Mania, let's just throw something together so that they have something to do between now and then? Because they fought, a little more angrily, they teamed up, they tried for titles, they broke up, they are feuding again. In the span of about 4 weeks.
I feel like this storyline would have made more sense had it started... I mean, granted, you didn't have much time. It's only been since the Royal Rumble that AJ Styles has started in WWE. But I feel like this is the kind of... The feud itself would have made more sense had the stuff that happened over the last 4 weeks happened over maybe the last 4 months.
Right, but I mean, they wanted to debut him at the Rumble because he was one of the only surprises we got at the Rumble, and they only give you so much of a block. What I would have loved to see is, and Guapo's sending us something in the conversation. I don't know.
No, keep going.
Anyways, what I would have loved to see, he debuts at the Rumble. Somebody, like some random person actually on the roster, is all pissed off that, why is this new guy getting so much hype? Styles gets attacked. Jericho, being the veteran, whatever, who was babyface, comes to his aid. They have a longer run as an attempted tag team. Then the turn this week on Raw would have been a lot more impactful.
Yeah. I feel like it was rushed, but I think you're. But it's not a terrible thing. I mean, you're gonna get good matches out of Chris Jericho and AJ Styles.
Well, this is the thing, and this is when you go back to either Jericho Punk at Mania a couple years ago, or Punk and Bryan basically anytime it happened. I can only half argue with it because it's one of those situations where I want to see the match.
Yeah.
I don't care how we got there. I just want to see the match. And that's why I'm sort of like, the story's kind of thrown together, but I don't care.
But see, the problem is you've seen the match twice. It's happened
Austin
already.
and Rock main evented 3 WrestleManias.
That's true, and maybe
He has a point.
I wasn't around for that.
So these guys are necessarily Austin and The Rock, but depending on what you look for in your wrestling, they might be to something.
That might be a good example for you guys. I wasn't around when Austin rocked, so I don't know that I wouldn't be saying the same thing.
Oh yeah, they're up and down.
Because all the other times I've seen people have multiple matches, after a
3
while.
times in a lifetime.
Yeah, after a while you're like, oh, okay, we get it. They have good matches, but I'm tired of seeing this match. Randy Orton, John Cena. Triple H, Randy Orton.
Have you guys seen what was announced on Twitter and Instagram today from WWE?
No.
John Cena's shoulder injury?
John Cena's officially not a part of WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. I did see that.
I did see that on Facebook. He has a shoulder injury.
You know what? I hate to be the guy that, I've seen the light and whatever. I'm not going to say that it doesn't, suck that we're not getting John Cena, because he would have done something cool. Everybody was saying he was going to fight on Shane McMahon's behalf, and we'll talk about the fact that Shane McMahon is going to fight The Undertaker at another time, because that's just special.
To be quite honest, I haven't noticed that he's gone, which is not a good thing.
The U.S. title's not doing so great.
I haven't noticed.
That's because they ain't doing shit with it.
Well, this is true.
Kalisto has it.
The fact that John Cena had it made them do something with it.
Exactly, but now it's taking a back burner.
Yeah, the U.S. title right now, the tentative plan is Kalisto versus Ryback.
Why?
That sounds awful.
It's basically
I'm saying
Show versus Ray.
I'm not saying that I'm not sitting here and I'm not going to stand up for Ryback 100%, but both of those guys could do better things.
Oh yeah,
It sounds awful.
Kalisto by himself could do better things than wrestle Ryback.
I would rather see Kalisto.
Kalisto could put a match on by himself inside of a ring against himself and sell better than him versus Ryback.
I would rather see Kalisto.
Defending the hardcore title against himself.
Exactly.
I would rather see Kalisto wrestle a cardboard cutout of Mick Foley than see him wrestle Ryback, which happened on an episode of TNA. Except Mick Foley wrestled a cardboard cutout of himself.
I believe that if it was on TNA. Just quick sidebar. As I am on WWE.com at the moment, there's a poll that says, who do you think should be running WWE? Mr. McMahon, Stephanie, Triple H, Shane. Mr. McMahon has 7%, Stephanie has 3%, Triple H has 10%, and Shane has 79%.
Okay, can I point out the stupidity?
Is that not predictable?
Oh, it's very predictable.
But why? Because it's not as if, character Stephanie, character Triple H, character Vince, character Shane are actually running Raw. It's the same creative system, It's just somebody different literally coming out on the microphone and announcing shit.
I voted Triple H, but, that's just me.
Now, okay, but are you talking about WWE Triple H, or are you talking about NXT Triple H?
NXT Triple H.
That's a thing. The only other thing I could see that we haven't seen announced so far is... Okay, sorry, before I got off that, Jericho is supposedly doing a highlight reel on Saturday. We assume that this is going to build something between him and AJ. I mean, I think that pretty much writes itself.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with it.
I'm alright with that.
Usos Dudleys.
That could be a thing. I mean, my problem with the
Dudleys go over.
My problem with the Usos Dudleys feud is that they're only usually doing it every other week. Like they did, as far as I know, because I missed part of Raw.
SmackDown.
Is it on Smack? Is it more on SmackDown? Well, there's my problem.
A lot more.
All right, well.
People don't believe me, but they are actually trying to put like things that are SmackDown. Not SmackDown only, like in any official way, but things that tend to happen more on SmackDown. Like more of the Ambrose Owens feud happened on SmackDown. Like I think they are attempting to shift people's focus. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work, but there are like that, like the Dudley's heel turn and the stuff that they've been doing since and whatnot has been developing on SmackDown. I like SmackDown, especially now that they've got Mauro Ranallo and he's not Michael Cole.
Yeah, he's I caught a bit of SmackDown, and he's a much better, like, commentator. Like,
well,
he has
like
that
well-known like MMA commentator.
He has that same, like, sort of in the same range that JR does, where everything he says makes you feel excited about it, no matter what it is. Like, just by the way he says it.
I think, like, and I'm a little bit biased, because a lot of people know I used to watch Aftermath, which was on Sportsnet 360, which is the channel up here that Raw is on. There used to be Aftermath. It used to be with, like, Jimmy Corderas, former referee of the WWE, and a bunch of other people that we now know in WWE. Kyle Edwards used to be known as Arda Ocal. Renee Paquette, who's now Renee Young. Mauro Ranallo was another voice on there. So I knew Mauro Ranallo before he came to WWE. Like, I knew him as a on-screen personality, and then he went off and made a ridiculous name for himself as a commentator in MMA. So he's got that sort of the weird quips of like a Joey Styles, the random oddball facts of JBL, and the legit commentary style of JR. So it all works, and nothing from the King. So it's good.
The problem with SmackDown is, and it's something that they've said on Raw recently in the McMahon storyline, which is Raw is the focus. I mean, Vince McMahon, even in character, has gone out and said that if you control Monday Night Raw, you control the whole company. So SmackDown's kind of an afterthought.
Well, you got to imagine too. Like, Raw's always going to be seen as the hood ornament. Monday night is the wrestling night. I don't know.
Well, it never used to be like that. As much as I understand.
We had the brand split, and even when you had the brand split, SmackDown kind of suffered. They were always seen as the little guy because
but
that show Monday Night Raw's got like 10 years more history.
But the only problem with that is during the brand split, it felt like two different companies in a way.
And it felt like two different shows. It felt like you
had different titles for both shows. You had wrestlers who only wrestled on those shows.
Well, and then if you miss SmackDown, you would miss entire feuds that would happen that would finish or start at the pay-per-view.
Correct.
Because there'd be matches for just SmackDown people at the pay-per-views.
Okay, but at various points in the brand split, you had separate Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I miss SmackDown, I don't feel like I've missed anything because they're going to recap it on Raw if it's important enough for me to know.
That, or you'll just watch Spaz's video on it on every Thursday.
Guapo, you're such a whore.
There's a lot of wrestling on Wednesdays for me. A lot of wrestling.
Guapo's such a whore.
Hey.
True. Hey, you guys plugged the shit out of me on your video, so I can't even say anything.
We did.
Go watch Spaz's video. He actually makes videos.
Are you saying that that's not a true statement?
I got to cast a little shade here for a second. When Guapo, thankfully, was promoting this channel, promoting the Tackle series and whatever, and said, you're going to see me, you're going to see Kristen, you might even see Suave. And then Suave says, no, he's got suave things to do. So Spaz is # not suave now.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I think there's heat. I think there's new YWC drama. Swap versus
Dude,
Spaz.
we need to start a feud with
guys,
you and Suave.
Because I know the Suave one, Suave doesn't watch this. Suave things means he needs to poop.
That's what I've always heard.
That's not Suave at all.
We need to have Spaz.
But you didn't hear from me.
YWC feud. Spaz versus Suave. This needs to happen.
I'm going to rise above Suave. When you're done pooping, buddy, the door's always open. Not that.
No, you shut that door. We don't want to smell it.
I can smell it in Canada.
I'm not part of this. I'm not gonna be held responsible for this.
Because WJ is going to be commentating all this. Anyways, which is kind of also sad. Anyways, speaking of things that kind of suck and make you go, why? We do have a match at Roadblock. It's been confirmed for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The New Day defending against Sheamus and King Barrett.
Why?
First of all, before we get into why, let's talk about something that's more important. Barrett has a match.
Yeah.
Yay.
He's going away present.
Yeah, because he's gonna leave soon.
Well, I mean, he was in the Ziggler 1-on-3 match on Monday Night Raw, and before that, I can't remember the last time he was a legal participant in a match. He's been the cheerleader for the League of Nations for so long now.
He's gonna leave.
Yeah, he's leaving.
He's been injured, rumored to be leaving.
Sorry, I'm in agreement with Suave on this one. It's his own fault. He's so injury prone.
Okay, well, nobody chooses to be injured.
I'm sorry, he gets hurt all the time.
Wait, I take that back. Daniel Bryan.
Aww.
No, that's not cool.
You're gonna have a person yell at you over the internet for that.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg's bastard child?
Who are we talking about?
No. Oh, damn it. We weren't going to do a name drop.
Who? What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. We're moving on. We're talking
the guy
about
that's racist because I don't like Naomi.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm back on board.
See, I miss having Heel Steven on these videos because he used to do a great Deluxe Man impression that I can't even do. But okay, is there any hope in? I will say, confusing as always as WWE is. New Day are technically heels, right? Because they're going up against baby faces.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
No.
In the eyes of the fans, they're baby faces, but in
the eyes of smart people, they're baby faces.
This is true.
In the eyes of the casual viewer, they're still baby faces.
So they're going up against all the good guys, but at the same time, they're cutting promos on the League of Nations. They cut a promo on the League of Nations, which makes them babyface, but then they face a team like Y2AJ or the Lucha Dragons, which means they're heels.
It's because they are positive. They're positive thinking.
I think it's just because they're entertaining as hell, and they just want any reason to put them on TV, which is a good thing for them.
Is there any chance in hell Sheamus and Barrett are walking out with those belts?
No.
I'm only going to say this a couple times because it's not the entire point of this video. I'm going to be there, and I like the New Day, and I'm dreading this match.
I'm just saying that, I mean, no offense to anybody on the New Day, but this is the most interesting thing that Kofi and Big E have ever done in their WWE career.
Also Xavier.
Well, I still feel like he has a WWE career.
The shit.
But...
Oh, I will say, the one thing on Raw a couple weeks ago when, what was it when Kofi was facing AJ Styles and Xavier Woods was at ringside. Xavier Woods, who was Consequences Creed in TNA, constantly yelling about AJ, being like, I used to know that guy. I used to know that guy. But look at him now. And look at me now. Oh,
I didn't even hear all of that. I didn't notice that he did all that.
I used to know that guy. Now I don't even know what his name is.
I didn't even hear that.
Even though he has it tattooed on his side.
Yeah, that's fully on point. Well, okay, yeah, but we all heard on Monday Night Raw about the unfortunate tattoo that Big E has.
Oh yeah.
Dude. We didn't get that. We were kidding.
I mean, I have a Triforce tattoo. And, yeah,
I got some tribal.
I got in high school. So y'all didn't get the unicorn on your ass either? No.
I didn't get it either. I was kidding.
That's something I didn't need to know.
Honest, you know what's like for Kofi Kingston, who is good and
he is good. I'm just saying.
So long. He has no character outside of New Day. He has no character, but he's good in the ring and people like him. You gotta know that he's thanking every lucky star that the New Day came along.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure Kofi probably had a foot out the door before this started.
Oh, I don't think he would have had a foot out the door. I think he was Christian after Christian left. He was just the guy that you could throw out there to have a good match so that you could talk about how good his opponent is. He could put somebody over, kind of like Ziggler is.
Okay.
Which, on a side note, what the fuck are they doing with Tyler Breeze?
I told you guys months ago.
Him with freaking Stardust?
I told you guys months ago that his gimmick wasn't going to get over on the main roster.
No, the thing is, his gimmick is good. It's just they ain't doing
his
shit.
His gimmick is good. They're not putting any steam behind it.
That gimmick has been done so many times in WWE, and it never makes it high. It maybe makes it to an IC title reign, and that's it.
But the thing is, like, and this is what pissed me off. And this is what pissed me off about Fandango. Like, you talk about Fandango after the Jericho thing and whatever. But Fandango can go in the ring.
Yeah, he can. I'm not saying Tyler Breeze isn't good. He is good. This gimmick isn't doing him justice.
Like, Tyler Breeze might have been SmackDown, might have been Raw this week. My days are kind of running together. Had a good match with Kalisto. That could be a U.S. title match if they gave the right push.
SmackDown, Spaz.
That was SmackDown. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome. Here for you.
Back.
Gotcha, bro. Was it SmackDown?
We're so fucking professional.
This is the guy that we let, set up the bullet points for our last show. And then he totally forgot that we talked about stuff.
Oh, I saw that. Anyway, everybody should go check out Wrestle Recap.
I also feel a little bad because I feel like I use the incredible power of my editing skills just to point out when my co-hosts are wrong. That's all I use it for.
You never do it whenever you're wrong.
Nope. That's why I'm the fucking editor, bitch.
Anyway.
So New Day are going to squash the League of Nations. There's going to be a beatdown afterwards. Roddy Raw.
Can we talk about a tag team that we want to see?
Can we talk about the actual tag team match that matters?
No, I was going to say the Golden Truth.
You might actually see a title change?
I was going to say the Golden Truth.
Oh.
Nobody wants to see that.
I want to see Golden Truth. It's fucking hilarious, but I want to see it after WrestleMania.
It's essentially Booker T and Goldust. It's the same gimmick.
Why? Because they're both black, Kristen? Are you being racist?
No, it's the same gimmick. When him and Booker T got together at first, Booker T didn't want to be in a tag team with him, and it was weird, and he had to convince. It's the same storyline. They
even both breakdance, which is the bad thing.
It's the same storyline.
My bad, y'all. I didn't know about your exploding ass.
What's up?
4 years from now, our truth is going to be King Truth.
Oh, God. No, do not put that on us.
Invent himself as Gold Dizzle. That's smart. Oh, my God.
He'll be the five-time. He had no champion.
5-time Slammy runner-up champion. It's so fucking.
Although R-Truth is funny, like when he came out and was like talking about being in the ladder match, and they're like, "You're not in the ladder match, dude." He's like, "Oh shit."
Well, that's the thing though. Like, I kind of like I get R-Truth. R-Truth is what I think they wanted Santino Marella to be, and he wasn't. But like, it kind of sucks because he's good at it. But his gimmick is that he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Pretty, which is kind of sad.
I liked the little Jimmy.
Yeah.
Everybody
Little
likes
Jimmy when he was a face, so it didn't make any sense. Little Jimmy when he was a heel, and it was the reason he was freaking out, worked.
Yeah.
But here's the scary part. We're talking about R-Truth, who, as Ron Killings, was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a second.
Didn't he win something at TNA too?
Yeah, he
Sounds
won
right.
stuff in it. But,
Yeah, he was like was he like
also tag
X-Division?
team champions with the Road Dogg.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
And he's old. They brought him out for his birthday.
That was when he was K-Quick.
K-Quick. Oh.
Moving on.
Moving on. Okay. Dash
doing?
Ross versus Enzo and Cass for the NXT Tag Team Championships. First of all.
How you doing?
Okay, fine. Second of all. Am I living under a rock, or when did they give them Dash and Dawson the bullshit name The Revival?
They've had it for the last 2 NXT shows, at least.
Look, they're the mechanics, and they always will be the mechanics.
Were they ever actually the mechanics, or was that just a YWC thing?
I think it was a YWC thing, but
They
still.
should have been the mechanics.
Because I think what ends up happening is I think NXT realized they had a good tag team division with no tag team names. It was like Enzo and Cass, Dash and Dawson, Blake and Murphy. With freaking...
Every
hot
tag
X.
team doesn't need a catchy name.
Yeah, but all of a sudden they've decided to start giving them names, is my point.
Well, Blake and
Like-
Murphy's Bam Factory or something like that?
I have no idea. Like, these guys are the Revival. American Alpha is
That's
all right.
perfect.
Like,
That one's
I like-
fine. I
Look,
like just Blake and Murphy.
Team Angle version 2.0.
No, yeah, I was about to say, I really think that they missed the point on that to just call them the world's greatest tag team, Take Two.
You know, you've heard the rumors that Kurt Angle wants to come back and manage them.
That would be perfect.
That'd be
And then-
awesome.
Can we somehow get Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas back to fight to go against them? Just for one match. That's all.
Actually, you know what?
One match.
You know what? Get all 4 of them and have them managed by Angle. There's a Survivor Series team right there.
Yes. Shut up
All
and take my
of the
money.
yes.
Shut up and take my money.
Okay, of all the titles that are being contested on this show, this is the one most likely to change hands.
Yes.
On a side note, I like the idea that they're having NXT matches on the special pay-per-view. Because then it kind of puts NXT on the same, level as Raw and
It's an
SmackDown.
introductory thing. Because it's like, the reason I like these, okay, and as I say, I've been to the place where it's going to be on Saturday several times, and I like the WWE house shows for the same reason, I like the, what do you call them, the network specials, because it's basically a televised house show atmosphere, and at the house shows, you always get 1 or 2 new people. You always get, like last time I went to the house show the day before New Year's Eve, a couple months ago, and they had the Hype Bros on there, and they had somebody else on there that I can't remember. But it was the Hype Bros and Titus O'Neil, so Titus O'Neil was just dancing, and it was
But the
awkward.
only difference with this and the regular house show is there's an actual chance titles will change hands.
Well, this is true, but like it's at the show's taking place at the Ricoh Coliseum, which for anybody that knows the Toronto area, it's in Toronto. It's the same city as you get the Skydome, the Rogers Centre that it's now called, the Air Canada Centre, all these big venues, and then you got this small venue, the Ricoh Coliseum, where all the house shows that I go to. That's where this is coming from. It's got that small, intimate feel. It's got sort of the feel that you get when you're watching NXT, realistically.
Well, they don't want it to be seen as a pay-per-view. They're trying this new special event thing out.
It's not a pay-per-view. It's a roadblock.
It's a cock block to us.
Boo. Dude, I'm gonna open up my sound effect box and start booing the shit out of you.
Kristen, it's my show, and let me tell you right now, you could open up any box you want.
Yay!
That worked out well for everybody. But no, as somebody who goes to a lot of house shows, I do like these network specials for that reason, is they do kind of capture the house show vibe, which is, you know, a little more loose, a little more anything can happen. I mean, obviously, because it's televised, a couple things are going to follow with storyline a little bit, but you get a lot of random-ass goofy shit. The last couple of times that Jericho's come back on Raw, the Toronto house show before that, he makes a surprise entrance, does a thing. He fought The Miz in Toronto at a house show a couple days before, whenever it was that he was about to face Wyatt, and he fought Miz while he was facing Wyatt. It's a cool feeling, and like you say, the inclusion of NXT on these shows is fucking great. You had Owens versus Balor at the Beast in the East. I don't think we had any at the Madison Square Garden show. We got the NXT Tag Team Championship here. Next one, you'll probably, I don't know, maybe see the NXT Women's Championship. I think it's good.
What about the supposed NXT Women's Tag Championship?
Does NXT have enough women to have a tag team championship?
Well, Triple H was said in an interview not like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, at the Arnold Classic, right? I didn't actually see the interview, but I heard about the comments.
Someone asked him the possibility of getting a women's tag team title, and he said it's something that's been in the works and that could possibly happening sometime soon.
If that happens, I'd be okay with it. I don't just want them to be like, hey, we have these titles now, so everybody pair up like it's gym class.
But see, I feel like you know that's going to happen.
Right, but I mean, what's the biggest complaint we have on Raw when they put random people together?
Too many tags.
Why two AJ got together, and it's like, okay, they're fine, whatever, but what about the Lucha Dragons or the Usos? Or why don't you actually push the Ascension? Or, hey, the Dudleys are right there. Why do you have all these tag teams and then put a thrown together tag team, like Golden Truth, another example. I hope if they do this, I hope they go out and do a different kind of scouting and bring in some actual divas tag teams, like that are there to perform the function of being a tag team.
Well, there is a new set. I think they signed to WWE, or they're about to. New set of twins.
Well, because they're about to lose the only set of twins that they have.
Exactly. And I'm not just talking about Nikki Bella's tits.
But that really is how you tell them apart, though. It's like putting a drop of nail polish on one of the turtles' backs.
Pretty much. But, yeah. So that's the thing.
So many women on NXT that I want to be on the main roster. It's fucking ridiculous.
I hope that boo made it into the recording.
I heard it.
The what?
She booed me whenever I said Nikki Bella's twins.
Oh, yeah. Release the Twins Foundation. Anyways, so Enzo and Cass finally going to grab the titles this time?
I really hope so. If not, I hope this is a step they need towards coming to main roster.
I think they need the titles. They've gone up against the last 3 champions and they haven't pulled the trigger on them. They deserve to be NXT tag team champions. They're the most entertaining tag team on the NXT roster. And, couldn't be argued that they're one of the most entertaining tag teams on the WWE roster, period.
Here's the question, though, and this is what we said about WrestleMania matches a minute ago. If they are going to get the win, get the belts, etc., do you want to see it this Saturday, or do you want to see it at TakeOver Dallas?
This Saturday.
This Saturday, because then it'll be on the same caliber as when Finn Balor won at Beast in the East.
Fair enough. Who do you have them defend against? At
American Idol.
They'll get their rematch at TakeOver.
Fair enough. I hope they win.
Are we getting Corbin versus Aries for Takeover?
Corbin Aries is set to take over. Let's talk for a second about the fact that Austin Aries is finally in NXT.
I know, right?
One of the worst kept in history.
Yeah, I love it. I don't love how he was debuted, but I do love. I don't like how he was debuted, but I'm trying to find the right words. I have problems with how he was debuted because essentially he was debuted kind of as a ploy to continue this weird feud with William Regal and Baron Corbin.
Right, but William Regal can't wrestle.
Yeah,
so
then they have Aries. But I do like that after the beatdown happened, Austin Aries just looks pissed. He sold the shit out of how mad he was.
Okay, but here's my thing though, and this is what I said about AJ a second ago when he came to WWE. Aries isn't a new guy. The audience, the type of audience that's watching NXT, you don't need to sell Austin Aries to them.
No.
No, they know who Austin Aries is.
Before his Titantron even came up, he literally was walking down the ramp with his finger to his ear, saying, "Oh, wait, what's my?" And the crowd went nuts. Just the pop up seeing him. I know what you mean. He should have been able to have his moment, but at the same time, the fact that he should have had his moment and it was taken away is what's supposed to get us pissed off, right? So it did the job. And let's be honest, Baron Corbin needs the spot,
it's becoming sort of maybe I'm going too far as to say a trend, because this is almost the same way that Asuka evolved or was debuted, because she came out, debuted, and then somebody from the main roster comes in, kind of does something to humiliate them, and it starts a feud.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I think that's really natural, though, because if you look at the evolution of NXT, originally, NXT, evolution, man.
Wrestling reference.
A developmental territory for new talent. It quickly sort of developed into this siphoning system for people coming from the indies. So you got to imagine somewhere backstage, there's even if it's only kayfabe, there's sort of an animosity between people that are genuinely new to the business and trying to get a foot in the door. And you've got to know that they're set back a step when NXT picks up somebody like Samoa Joe, like Sami Zayn, like Kevin Owens, like Austin Aries. So it's it's a repetitive story. I fully agree with you, but it's a story that makes the most sense for what NXT is. There's going to be.
And I get that, and it also, even with the Baron Corbin storyline, it even makes sense there, because even built into Baron Corbin's character, as of right now, he hates these indie darling guys. He doesn't give a crap what they've done.
I forget who it was that he was fighting, but he basically threw them out of the ring, and he's like, "Go back to ROH." I think it was Sami Zayn. I could be wrong.
So it makes sense. It makes sense, but maybe now that we're talking it out, I don't have as big of a problem with it as when I initially saw it. Because when I initially saw it, I was like, man, that sucks how he debuted. And now that...
Well, think about it, though. From NXT Creative, it's sort of a backhanded compliment. If it's somebody that they don't know how they're going to get over, they're going to give them this big, extravagant entrance to the company, right?
Yeah.
If it's somebody they know they can fuck with because they know it's an already established name, we can do whatever we want to them. They're already Teflon. It shouldn't be a compliment, but it is.
That's true. I get that.
Also, I wish Austin Aries had a better opponent as his first opponent. I would love to see Aries Balor.
Well, look, Austin Aries is another one of those people that can wrestle a cardboard cutout of somebody and it'd still be a great match. So I'm sure he's going to do fine with Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin's not the best wrestler out there, but he's put on matches that made me care about.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he's needed someone else to help him. Like when he faced, what was it? Maybe it was when he faced Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Oh no, you and I did a video on the takeover where he fought Apollo Crews.
That's it. When he fought Apollo Crews, I was like, I know he faced somebody that, like, you know, maybe had to carry him a little bit, but he wasn't doing nothing.
But I remember when you and I did that review over on your podcast back when your podcast was a thing.
It's not a thing anymore.
I kind of admitted to you that I thought it was going to be the shit break, but it wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't the best thing on the card, obviously, but it's not nearly. I kind of talk about Baron Corbin a lot in the same breath as I talk about, say, somebody like The Miz or even the Bellas, where it's like, no, point blank, I'm not going to say they're the best thing on the roster, but they're not nearly as bad as some people think they are.
Exactly.
And that's becoming a large category for me.
I definitely would put Baron Corbin in that category of he's not.
Baron Corbin and The Miz for tag team champions.
Yes. What a crazy.
Yes.
Actually, I need that tag team to happen.
Actually, you know what's funny? If you ever come to Canada, play WWE 2K16 with me, you know who the actual tag team champions are in my game?
Who?
Baron Corbin and Heath Slater.
Sure, why not?
For reasons. Okay, in my own defense, I did that before Social Outcasts were a thing.
Nice.
He should join Social Outcasts, they should try and get him to join Social Outcasts, and he just wants nothing to do with them.
Or we get like a really, really funny, angry match between Baron Corbin and Curtis Axel.
I'm okay with that.
Let's move on.
I know it's not got anything to do with Roadblock whatsoever, but Curtis, what the fuck, Curtis Axel?
He's not perfect.
Anybody see Raw this week?
I missed that part.
No,
Didn't he
I
face
fell asleep
Ryback?
before that part.
He fought Ryback, and like he's crazy. Like, you got three, like in Social Outcasts, you got like the three goofy guys that are kind of laughing and having a good time, and you got Axel, who is constantly referring to himself as the Axe Man now, and just making chopping motions while he's waiting for his opponent to get to the ring, and then the rest of them just kind of do it with him, and it's very awkward.
I miss Axel Mania.
You gotta see, being in the Royal Rumble that long puts a very strenuous.
Exactly. He's still in last year's Royal Rumble, or he's still in 2000.
No. He went in. He got eliminated from this year's Royal Rumble, so that's his elimination for last year. So he's been in 3 months now.
Okay.
This is going to be bad math.
Oh God.
I kind of want to see League of Nations versus the Social Outcasts at WrestleMania.
No.
They go ahead and hard pass on that one.
Yeah, hard pass. Not even pre-show.
I'll make up for that with the Indie Fan Dream match that I also want to see at WrestleMania, which is AJ Styles and Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens.
In a fatal four-way?
No, tag.
No. I want fatal four-way for that.
Oh, fine. But Owens and Joe as a team versus Styles and Zayn as a team. You got the one big rivalry from TNA. You got the one big rivalry from ROH in one match.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
That'd be pretty good.
Everybody wins. Vader's the referee.
Back when the Corbin.
So Enzo and Cass are going to be the tag team champions.
Yep.
Yeah,
basically. We hit the roadblock and we went all the way into the left lane.
Yeah, we kind of hit that median a few times there.
Now we're in the collector lane. We're waiting for somebody to pass.
Yeah, we're just on the shoulder there, so.
I think Kristen's trying to throw sound effects at us.
No, that's her, trying to turn the key for the ignition, but it just keeps going. It just won't turn over.
Her cat's in the backseat.
And next up on the card,
Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar.
Should be a Mania.
Should be a Mania, although I do like the Ambrose Lesnar thing for Mania. That does have a bit more pop. Interesting to note, the rest of the Wyatt family are going to be at a house show in Atlanta at the same time as this is being taped. So this is going to be one-on-one. If the dirt sheets are to be believed. Bray Wyatt's going to die. Like, that's a thing.
He will be taking the Suplex City.
Yeah. Suplex City by way of parts unknown.
You're right. They will be in Canada.
Yeah. Oh.
If this match, the only way I can describe this match is if this match were a guy at a bar, I wouldn't even have a second glance at this guy. Like, he means nothing to me. That's how I feel about this match.
You don't care about this match at all?
0 shits given.
0.
But Paul Heyman will be there.
There's going to be 0 suave time given for this match.
Somebody would wake up Suave and tell him he's getting buried on my show. Is it supposed to be his birthday like 2 days ago?
Yes.
Yesterday, actually.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
For his birthday, we're burying him on the roadblock tackle.
I bought him a drink and I drove his drunk ass home. It's fine.
Yeah, Guapo went home because he had work in the morning.
Guapo has no excuses.
Spaz lives at work. Spaz was messaging you guys at work today.
I know. You took a selfie and put it on the, sent it to us.
Yeah. Went out riding around on the Orange Pearl. Anyways, it's another story for another day.
Oh, God. But, okay, so who goes over? Wyatt or
Brock.
Brock?
As much as I'm still a Wyatt fan, as much as I would love to say Wyatt wins here, I haven't sustained recent head injuries, so Lesnar's going over.
So, in light of this match being on Roadblock, what do we have for Brock Lesnar to do for Mania?
Okay, before we get into the main event, I have a question for you guys. There's going to be a screwjob finish in at least one of these matches on Saturday.
Right.
So what do you think is most likely? Ambrose costs Brock Lesnar his match. Brock Lesnar costs Ambrose...
I forgot that he's doing Ambrose.
Yeah. So, is Ambrose going to cost Brock Lesnar his match?
No, it's going to be the other way around.
Is Lesnar going to cost Dean Ambrose his match, or is Shane McMahon going to cost Triple H the WWE Championship?
If there's going to be a swerve, it'll be Brock Lesnar costing Dean Ambrose the match. Because he feels like, the whole point of their feud is that he feels like Dean Ambrose cost him the number 1 contendership spot.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns turns heel and spears Ambrose?
That would be awesome, but no.
No point. That'll never happen.
Okay, so that brings me down to Triple H versus Dean Ambrose.
Triple H still walks away with the title.
Yeah, this is just a filler because they couldn't build up the feud with Roman Reigns because of his surgery.
Yeah, they couldn't have Roman versus Big Show for the main event for this, so...
Originally, it was before they announced the tag title match. Originally, the rumor was Roman Reigns versus Sheamus.
Versus who?
Roman Reigns versus Sheamus.
Thank God. That sounds awful.
I'd actually watch Roman versus Big Show, but Roman versus Sheamus, no. Never again.
Oh no! One of the other early rumors was Owens versus Big Show again.
Owens versus Big Show?
Again. On a who gets crotched on the top rope first match. First day with my new time.
Gosh.
See, here's what I say, all right? And I'm with you guys. Everything I know about wrestling and the road to WrestleMania and house shows and little, like, filler shows tells me Triple H is leaving with the title. But they need to do something like Dean Ambrose beating Triple H. At some point. Not necessarily at this show. For 2 reasons. Attendance at house shows is shit because you know everything is predictable. WWE Network shows The viewership isn't the greatest because we all assume nothing's going to happen. At some point, be it now, be it 5 years from now, they're going to have to do something big at a house show. They're going to have to do something to push these network exclusives to make, pump up the buys for the network and all that sort of thing. And you need to make, because I'm going into this. I'm going to the show. I know I'm going to have a good time regardless because it's a wrestling show. But I'm going into it kind of lackadaisical because nothing's really going to happen. WWE, somewhere down the line, needs to do something to break that trend. You need to make the house shows must-see. You need to make the network specials, especially because they seem to be a thing that's happening more and more and more often, you need to make them must-see. This is why you need to buy the network. You need to have something where people who don't have the WWE network feel like an idiot for not having the WWE network. So you need something like Dean Ambrose winning on Saturday. I
get that, but and I understand that from like a business standpoint. I don't know that it's. I don't know that.
As a fan. I'm saying that as a fan.
Well, I don't know that specific swerve. I don't know that specific swerve would work in this instance because the match is going to be Triple H versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, unless they've decided to throw an audible and change their minds about that. But for now, we know that that's going to be the WrestleMania match. So even if Dean Ambrose wins, they will do something the next Monday for him to lose the title. And I don't want to see the title change that many times before the big WrestleMania match.
Okay. I would say that if we hadn't had the Daniel Bryan story at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
Follow me for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Follow me for a second, right? Here's what you could do. And I'm not saying WWE is going to do this, but here's something I would love to see. Out of Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, who do you think people want to see walk out of WrestleMania with the title belt?
Dean.
There we go. So, you have Dean pull off, like, the Toronto Miracle, I'll call it, and actually get the title off of Triple H. Triple H comes out next Monday, all pissed off, rah. Yeah, you won. You got your spot at WrestleMania. Say hello to the guy that earned a shot at that title at Fastlane, brings out Roman Reigns. Triple H then says, okay, you've got that, but you just beat me for the title. I'm cashing in my rematch clause. Now it's a triple threat. Lesnar comes out pissed off that he was supposed to have a match with Ambrose at WrestleMania. Triple H says, okay, Ambrose has to have his initially scheduled match with Brock Lesnar, which is for the championship, and the winner of that goes on to a triple threat against Roman Reigns and Triple H in the main event. Tell me if all of that happens and Dean Ambrose walks out at the end of the night still champion, that the YWC doesn't jizz their pants.
I feel like they would just do a fatal four-way.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little complicated, but it would be awesome to see.
Only because I don't see them having a street fight match with Dean and Brock and that be early in the night, because Brock doesn't get paid early in the night money. So you give Brock...
Or Triple H wants to be totally vindictive to Dean Ambrose. The semi-main is the street fight, and then Dean Ambrose would have to go right away into the main event with Triple H. Therefore, Ambrose goes into the title as the guy that's got absolutely no chance doing it in a type of scenario where A, he's going to beat Ambrose, regardless. B, he's going to screw Roman Reigns out of the number one contendership that he earned at Fastlane. Everybody wins.
Or, for some reason, Triple H decides you had to fight me first for the title, and then later that night, if you beat me, you had to fight Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
All of this speculation is cute and all, but is this really going to happen?
WrestleMania 30 Daniel Bryan story.
Because realistically, if Dean Ambrose...
First, and then you have to go to triple threat.
Realistically, Dean Ambrose isn't going to win. Semi-realistically, if he does win, Triple H is going to find some way to win it back Monday night.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Triple H awards himself the Money in the Bank briefcase.
No, Triple H, what you call it? He does his rematch clause, but he makes like freaking not Shane, Vince, the special guest referee.
I just don't see any of that happening.
Okay. Oh, the weird bullshit special referee shit for Raw. I can see them totally doing that. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Even if it does, even if this entire show goes on as predictably as we think it's going to, I think it's going to be a fun show.
I
don't
still
have a
watch it.
super high standard for it because it's not a pay-per-view.
Also, by the way, if Dean Ambrose does somehow get the WWE title, he then becomes a Triple Crown.
This is a thing. This is a true thing.
Just throwing that out there.
No, quadruple.
No, he hasn't won the tag titles.
He's never won the tag.
Oh, no, that's right, because it was Roman and Rollins.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. I'm not like some people in the YWC, I can admit it.
We thank you for admitting your wrongness.
I wouldn't mind, on a side note, though, I wouldn't mind if they played up the angle between Ambrose and Roman a little longer. If neither one of them are going to hold the belt, them as a tag team, I like.
Yeah.
I agree.
But, I don't know.
Team 2/3 of the Shield.
Yeah, might as well just bring back Seth Rollins and turn him babyface again.
Oh, well, that's going to happen when he comes back.
Well, of course, but he's going to be babyface against...
Seth Rollins makes a surprise appearance in Toronto.
No.
It's a fatal 5-way at WrestleMania.
There's one thing that me...
plus Triple H and Lesnar.
There's one thing that me and Suave can agree on. Whenever they do the Money in the Bank ladder match, they'll leave the last entry as a mystery entry, and it will be Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
That would be perfect.
Or they'll keep him off till Rumble, and he'll come in at number 30 and win and kick Triple H.
I think keeping him off till Rumble would be too long, because he's been out for such a long time now. Money in the Bank would be perfect timing for him to come back after he's rehabbed and everything.
If he's done
comes back for a feud with Jeff Hardy.
If he's done rehabbing.
I mean, he's pretty far along now.
I mean, he tore everything out of his knee.
So did Triple H, and look how fast he came back.
Yeah, Triple H did it twice.
Exactly, to the same knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Triple H did it twice to the same knee. Is that a good thing?
No.
Look where he is now.
I'm just saying.
Drops the mic.
Maybe had he taken the time to heal up the first time, he wouldn't have had to heal up a second time.
But he's the game.
I want Seth Rollins to take as long as he needs to, because he is a talent that's going to be around a while. He's a talent that's going to be a staple in WWE, and I don't want him to come back too quickly and hurt himself again, like a Daniel Bryan.
Speaking of faces we haven't seen in a while, when is Hideo coming back?
Oh, no idea.
Because I really
want to see at some point Aries versus Balor versus Rollins.
Yes.
All right, I'm over it.
Also, Finn Balor on the main roster.
Yes. I'm okay with that.
Also, Finn Balor's match with Neville last week on NXT.
That was
Great.
good.
It was good. It happened for no real reason, but...
Other than, why the fuck not? Neville's not doing anything.
Oh. He's waiting for Stephen Amell to come back.
I guess.
You want to hear a good joke?
Sure.
Neville's career. Oh. You're having too much fun with the soundboard now.
Yep.
Anyways, I think we've talked the shit out of a show that's only got 4 confirmed matches on it.
Yeah, we've got an hour of audio.
We have an hour of audio. So I'm going to put this out there to the audience. Anybody out there that's got Windows 10 and knows a decent Skype recording program that will work with Windows 10, help me out, because nothing seems to want to work with Windows 10. And Kristen's awesome, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to record every one of my videos.
I don't care.
All right.
Because then I'm in control.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find us if we continue to post videos on YouTube, The Black Cat Feline. We do a wrestle recap show where we talk about, just what's happened in wrestling recently. You can find me specifically on Twitter at Black Cat Feline. Guapo.
And you can find me on Twitter at Guapo_504.
You can find Suave at Don't Even Bother because he doesn't tweet.
Hashtag not suave.
He's too suave for that shit.
Hashtag Suave's pooping. Trending worldwide.
Trending worldwide.
Oh, before we go, I'm going to ask live on the air like that. Kristen,
Yeah.
are we bringing back movie recap?
I mean, we can if we want to.
I think Deadpool needs to happen.
Okay.
Oh.
We can do that.
Do you want Guapo to recap Deadpool?
No, that's what we're going to do for movie recap.
Yes.
Alrighty, we'll talk about that. And anybody listening here on my channel, I will let you guys know. Links will be available as soon as that actually happens. Anyways, she's been Kristen, he's been Guapo, I've been Suave. We are your YWC Reality Check. I'm going to Roadblock on Saturday. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Adios.